Hey everybody, welcome back to 10 and 10. That's 10 apps in 10 days. We bring to you here on day 6 Motif Investing. Now Motif Investing is simply like investing in a mutual fund, except there's no fund manager, you are the manager. In essence, you can invest in up to 30 stocks and or ETFs of your choice, or you can actually buy someone else's motif that they built. So if someone built a dividend motif or a biotech motif, you can actually invest in that, or you can do it on yourself. Now some pros to the app is that you can set your own asset allocation. So let's say if you bought just technology and just energy stocks, then and you can divide that up to be 50-50, 60-40. Now within that technology and energy components, you can actually divide those up into being, let's say if you have 5 stocks in each, you can have that technology, let's say if it's 50% of the motif, you can have each stock in the technology part be 10%, or it's however you want to divide the allocation up. Motif is FINRA and SIPC insured. It actually tracks the S&P 500, so you can see if your motif is doing better or worse than the industry average. And also, you can actually check the motif's past month and past year's performance to see how well it's doing. Now, some cons to the app is that when you buy the motif, you have to invest a minimum of $250. So that's just a price point to be aware of. And there's a $9.99 commission fee to buy the whole motif. Now, if you want to sell or buy an individual stock or ETF to add or take out of the motif, that's going to cost $4.99. Now, let's check out the app now and see what it's talking about. Okay, so we're going to talk about the app Motif. So we're going to click on it on the left middle. You can see as it's loading up, it's going to have a fingerprint scan. So we log in. And what's going to happen is it's going to list your motifs. Now we mentioned the motif is going to cost at least $250 to get one. You can see up top where it says positions, in the middle it's $500.98. So roughly, I've only made 98 cents off of the motifs, not including the subtraction for the cost of the funds. However, Friday was a pretty red day, and as you can see there, I lost almost $3 and almost $5 in there. But that's because they were actually up. So it was just a bad day in the market, but the good tend to outweigh the bad. So basically, if you click on the top here, you'll see there's a home, there's a motifs by category for you to search. So let's search the motifs. So horizontal models, investing classics, investment strategies. Are you into bonds, dividends? Are you into healthcare sector? So if we click on that, these are the different motifs are available. So there's a drug patent one, there's a fighting fat one, medical devices, biotech breakthroughs, which is what we were in. So let's go back to the beginning here. Let's go to home and let's go to your positions. So we're back on the motifs here. If we click on, let's go to the big names, big gains that I developed. You can see it's got the change today of down 1%, but overall return to date, since I bought it, it's up almost 3%. And if you scroll down, you can see I have some consumer goods. So there's some companies, there's some technology companies, healthcare, services. You see Visas in there, Pepsi, Walt Disney, Netflix. So I have several different stocks in here. You can see most of them are red that day. But basically, this is allowing the portfolio to be diversified. And so if we go back, we'll look at the biotech. I actually bought this from someone else that they made. The change today, it was down 1.87%, but the return to date is down 1%. And you can see here, these are different biotechnology companies. So that, in essence, is pretty much how Motif is set up, and you can always add to your position, but it's just a great way to invest and spread it across the board. And if you're kind of unfamiliar with what you want to invest with, you can always invest in somebody else's Motif and just compare it to see how it's doing against just everything else. So look at the description here, look at the performance. You can see how the motif is doing compared to the S&P 500. So that's also just a good factor to see, okay, this motif is doing better, so it's not so bad.